Hello there. Welcome back to EBM Info. We are still working on a question paper of November 2019. So this question paper that we have. So today we want to look at question 4 on that question paper. So we can go to our question paper, to our question. Uh, so we are here. This is our question 4. And it reads, Jack Smith is the sole owner of JS Garden Services. Jack, a civil engineer by trade, realizes that with all the new developments in South Africa, a huge potential exists for a landscaping and gardening business. Jack employs two teams of 10 people, and each team is headed by an expert gardener. Jack manages the business and brings in new contracts. So this is what we have. And then beneath that, we are given some questions. Our first part, 4.1.1, reads, draw an organogram of JS Garden Services. So an organogram is the one that we want to present there. And we are seeing that JS Garden Services, and the owner is Jake Smith. And we've got some hints that we are given there that we have Jake employs 10 people, which is very important to take note when you are preparing that organogram. And each team is headed by an expert gardener. Very important. And then Jake employs two teams there. So we are going to have two teams, each with 10 people. Uh, so this is what we have there. So we are also told that this is a sole owner. So it means that the organogram that we are going to draw is an organogram of a sole trader, an entrepreneur who is running the business as one person. So very important to take note as we are now presenting that organogram. But you also need to understand what we mean by an organogram. Organogram is a diagram that shows the structure of the organization. It also shows the relationship that exists between the different people, be it departments and be it jobs at different levels within an organization. So this basically shows the levels of authority that we have in the organization, and it shows from the highest authority down to the lowest. So this is what we have in terms of explanation of an organogram, and we can go on and present that organogram. So we can go to our answer section and present that organogram. So this is now 4.1. So on that organogram, as we are told that we have got only one owner, it means at the top there, at the highest authority there, we have got the owner. We have got the owner there presenting as the highest authority. So we can put there in double lines there. Then we can go down from the owner. Remember, we have got an expert gardener. An expert gardener, we can refer back to check what we are told in the question. We have an expert gardener which is in charge or heading heading these two teams of team one and team two. So we are just following what we are being told in the explanation that is there. So under that, we have got an expert gardener, that is here. Right. Then this one represents our expert gardener. Then beneath that, we are told that there are two teams that are there. We are told that there are two teams that are there. So it means we are going to present also two teams that are going to come from here that are being headed by this expert gardener. We've got one of them here. Let's just name this one team one. Team one, and it has 10 people according to the question. It has 10 people. Then we got another team. Remember, there are two. We've got another team that is there, and then we can name it team two. We can name it team two. Then we from there now. That's the lowest level that we are having according to the question that we have. You can refer back in the question and check there. So here you are seeing that 10 people in the team is headed by an expert gardener. And this represents the lowest part of that organogram. So this is what we have according to the question. So this is our organogram. We have the owner, then we've got expert gardener. Then from there, we've got two branches. That is team one and team two, each with what? With 10 people. So here on team two also, we have to indicate that there are 10 people. 10 people. So this marks the end of our organogram. Then we can go on to the next question to check what we have there. So if you go to the next question, that is 4.1.2, and the question reads, complete an after-sales questionnaire for a garden service business. So this is an after-sales questionnaire, which means it's a questionnaire that we are going to prepare or give a customer after enjoying our service, which is the garden service. So what kind of a questionnaire can we bring down? This is the question. So maybe we can start by understanding what exactly do we mean by a questionnaire. So basically, a questionnaire, it is a research instrument that consists of a set of questions for the purpose of gathering information. So the reason behind constructing these questionnaires is we want to gather information. And usually this information will be coming from our clients or customers. And we've got two types of questionnaires that we can construct. We've got what we call an open-ended question type questionnaire. An open-ended type questionnaire is the one that is the first one. Then the second one, we've got a closed-ended question type questionnaire. This is what we have. So in terms of an open-ended, we are saying there are no predefined options or categories that are included in that questionnaire. We are not closing in terms of the options that the respondent can answer. It's an open questionnaire. Then on a closed-ended questionnaire now becomes the opposite. We limit the answers of the respondents as provided in the questionnaire. As we are constructing it, we limit that the person can only respond according to the options that we give in that questionnaire. This can come in the form of a multiple choice. It can be a rating scale. It can come in the form of a ranking. This is how we can construct a closed-ended questionnaire. So this is what we have in terms of questionnaire. So we can go on and try to construct this after-sales questionnaire of the garden service. So you can go to our answer section there and try to construct that questionnaire. This is now, we are now on 4.1.2. We are now on 4.1.2. And we want to construct this questionnaire. And then at the beginning of that questionnaire, you have to state which type of business is it. The name of the business is JS Garden Services. JS Garden Services. So remember, from the information that we are given there, we are told that this is Jake Smith. Jake Smith. So he is abbreviated as what? As JS. So it's JS Garden Services. So we can just put that one at the beginning of that questionnaire. And then we are now telling the respondents on what to do on the questions that are going to follow. We are now telling the respondent there. We can just write, please compile. Please compile and return to our office. Please compile and return to our office. We can check there if we are given anything in terms of where this office is located. We don't have, so we can just maybe put any address there that you think can be correct there. Let's say 3220, 3230 Bromley, 3220 Bromley Street. 3220 there, we can say Bromley, Bromley Street, room 302. So this is we are just given a reference of where the questionnaire should be submitted after the respondents have retained that questionnaire. Then beneath that now, that's when now you can construct that questionnaire. So depending on the question type of questionnaire that we are given, then we can also check in the question if we specifically being confined to a specific type of a questionnaire, and they are just saying complete an after sales questionnaire, and they are not specifying in terms of is it an open ended or is it a closed ended. So we can just choose what we think can be necessary there. So in this scenario, let's just put uh, uh, an open an open ended an open ended. So we can just say here the first one. Let's just try to bring the first one. Uh, let's just ask the respondents if we did arrive on time. Remember, this is a garden service, so it means we are going to go there and provide our services. So we are saying, did we arrive on time? So this one can be the first question. Then the second one, did we do everything you requested? Did we do everything you requested? In the second one, remember there are supposed to be 5. Then we go to uh, the next one. Uh, Next one, we can ask, will you make use of our service again in the future? Or are you going to hire us? Are you going to hire us next time? This is, are you going to hire us next time? So this becomes the third one. Then we can move to the fourth one. We can move to the fourth one. Then we can ask if there's anything that the client or customer or the respondent is appreciating in terms of the service that we are giving. Uh, what do you appreciate? What do you appreciate? What do you appreciate about our service? What do you appreciate about our service? So this is what we have. Then obviously we can ask the clients or customer what uh what should we improve next time. That's where we are going to hear from the people on ground, that is our customers, on what exactly our weaknesses. So you can ask lastly that what can we improve to save you better next time. So what uh, can you improve? Can we improve? What can we improve to save you better next time? So this is what we have in terms of the uh, questions that we can construct there. Then these are the this is the question here. Then at last there, uh, you can uh, you can give the respondent some space to say whatever the respondent might deem necessary. So here you can put in a section where of any other suggestions and other suggestions that are not asked above. Then you can give a space where the respondent can answer them and can write in terms of any suggestions, whatever that the customers might deem necessary. So this is what we have in terms of this question of a questionnaire. So we can just go on to see what we have next there. Then next one is 4.1.3 saying name 5 types of equipment Jake will need for his business. So here we are just looking for equipment that can be used at a business. Very simple it is. Uh, we have got many examples of equipment that we can include there. We have in the office there we need some computers etc. So these are some of the things that you can include the year 4.1.3. So we are saying computers can be one of them. It's one of the examples of equipment. Obviously, we need some printers. Uh, we need some cabinets, maybe for filing. Uh, we can need a photocopier. This is they are asking for 5 there, and then lastly, obviously, there we can need some chairs. Remember, it's a business. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we've got 5 there, and any other that can be correct there can be also be marked. So this is what we have in terms of 4.1.3. Then next we've got 4.2. So we can go to 4.2. 4.2 reads completely projected income statement on the answer sheet attached by using the following information. So we've got this information, and what we need to do is to prepare the what we need to do is to prepare the projected income statement. Projected income statement is an income statement that we prepare for the period that is going to come, for the period that is in future. So this is what we have, and then we've got information that we are given there. We have to prepare using this information. And remember, in an income statement, we start with sales. We start with sales. We are going to start in the trading account. We are going to start with the trading account. So the formula for the trading account that we are going to use, uh, trading account, the formula that is in the trading account, that is we are going to follow as we prepare it. We are going to say sales minus cost of sales. Sales minus cost of sales there. Sales minus cost of sales. Cost of sales. Then you get your gross profit. Sales minus cost of sales, then it's get your gross profit. This is a summary of what we have in the trading account. But also that cost of sales, there's also a formula that we are going to use to find that cost of sales. So for cost of sales now, we are saying it is equal to our opening stock. We add our purchases. We subtract any returns if they are there. This will be purchase returns. Then we can subtract if they are there in the question. And then we can add our carriages, any transport costs of the goods that we are purchasing. We add them here. If there are any customs duties that there, maybe we are purchasing from outside the country, we add it there again. And then we are also going to subtract. We are also going to subtract the closing stock. Then you find your cost of sales. Also, this is the formula that we have. So depending on the question, some questions won't have the figures for. These figures might not be there. Most of the questions do not give you the figure for returns, for carriages, for custom duty. So it means you are just going to skip this section. You're just going to say, oh, opening stock plus purchases. Then you say minus closing stock, which is the most common one. Then you get your cost of sales. So this is what we have. So we are going to start here on sales. So this is the figure that we are going to start to put there. So here you see that the figure for sales that we have is 420,000. So you can go to the answer section and start with sales. Sales is here, and we are saying we have 420,000 rands. So we are saying here 420,000. Then for cost of sales, we are going to leave it blank. The figure is going to come in here, just beneath sales. Then we subtract it to get our gross profit. But before that, we need to calculate it beneath that. We start with opening stock. So we are going to look for a figure for opening stock in the question. The opening stock, we are given it here. Is sorry, this is closing. This is closing. Sorry. Here we are going to have our opening stock here, which is 92,000. So we go there. We know that opening stock here, you're now putting it in this column, 92,000. And then we add our purchases according to that formula that I gave you. You add your purchases there. So we can go back and see where do we have our purchases. Our purchases are here. We've got 165,000 as our purchases. So we're going to add our purchases there. 165,000. Then we less closing stock. We less closing stock. Closing stock is here. It's 105,000. So we can go and put that one. 105,000. But this one, we are subtracting it. We are subtracting, we are showing in brackets that we are subtracting. So here, we are now calculating the figure for cost of sales. We are now saying 1020,000 plus 165,000, then you subtract 105,000. So the figure that we are going to get, you put it here, and it becomes your cost of sales. So we are saying it's when you do that, you get 152,000. And remember, this figure, we are saying less here. Whenever we say less, we are subtracting. So here we are subtracting it. So you're saying 420,000 minus 152,000. So the figure that you get there is 268, and it's going to be your gross profit here. 268, and it's going to be your gross profit. Then we now say less expenses, and then the expenses are here. We are going to put the total for expenses here, but we have got the expenses that are listed below. So we are going to first fill in here, then we add all the expenses, and then total is going to come here. So we are starting with salaries. We can go back to check the figure for salaries that we have there. So for salaries, we are here. We have got 40,200. So we can go back and put that one 40,200. 40,200. So we are saying 40,200. Then we go for stationery. Stationery is here is 5,100. 5,000. 5,100. Yeah, on telephone, we can check again for telephone. Telephone, we are here is 8,400. 8,400. So we are saying 8,400. Then we go to printing. Printing again, we are given the figure there. It's here 1,020. So here we've got 1,020, and then we've got advertising. Advertising with a year is 10,000. So this marks the end of our expenses. Then we add now 40,200 plus 5,100 plus 8,400 plus 1,020 plus 10,000. We're going to get 64,720. And this is our total for expenses going to come here, 64,720. And then this is this is our gross profit. It's not in brackets. Sorry, this one there's a mistake here. We're not going to put it in brackets. Yes, 268,000. There we have 268,000. Here 268,000 there. Right, we can just. So this one is the one that we are going to subtract expenses. We are saying minus here 268,000 minus 64,720, and then you get your net profit here, which is 203,280. And this one is obviously in runs. So here also we are supposed to put it in the both runs there. 64. Here we've got 64, and we are saying we are subtracting here, and then obviously there we also have in runs. You can just put it in the runs there. Then here runs. So what we are going to do here. So we are saying this is runs, and we are saying we are subtracting. So this is what we have. So our net profit becomes this one. So we say 268,000 minus 64,720. We are going to get a 203,280, and this becomes your net profit. So this is what we have in terms of this question of a projected income statement. So this is what we have, guys. Thank you for listening. Those who have been subscribed, please subscribe and share. We'll meet again in the next video. With that, I'm signing out.